Rock and roll has historically had a dubious association with the occult and otherworldly dark forces, even so far to be referred to as the devil's music. Though now the idea of anyone connecting this phenomenon to the works of early rock and roll stars would be considered ludicrous. Though as a former rock and roller myself, I have received many an angry note from irate parents, convinced beyond reason that I was a terrible influence.
Are you perhaps referring to the controversy over your song, Scream It in Grandma's Face?
That I am. Though if they'd only listened to the lyrics, they'd realize that screaming was a metaphor for clearly expressing how much one cares. Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. The finely pressed gentleman to my right is my well-valued valet, Mr. Livingston, and the young lady to my left is my charmingly pyromaniacal housemate, Tangela. And I, of course, am your interminably loquacious host, Vincent Van Dahl. My reason for bringing up the association between rock and roll and the occult is because tonight's film will be 1973's TV movie, Satan's School for Girls, a story about a young woman who investigates the mysterious circumstances surrounding her sister's death. These types of mysterious circumstance investigation stories rarely turn out well for the protagonist, do they?
No, they do not.
And joining us for this film will be rock legend Peter Albin from Big Brother and the Holding Company. Peter will regale us with stories of his illustrious musical career, provide his thoughts on tonight's film, and perhaps tell us what it was like to have a #1 album.
Do I detect a hint of bitterness?
Pish posh. I haven't the faintest idea what you're speaking of. I couldn't possibly be any more not bitter. So stay tuned for another incredible episode of Creature Features. I'm really not bitter.
The Russian sleep experiment took the lives of 5 test subjects, enemies of the state. It was a week-long human conditioning experiment that went horribly wrong. You can find out what happened to these human guinea pigs, as well as many other conspiracies, urban legends, and tales of terror at www.scarystorytime.com. Available on iTunes, YouTube, Alexa, Kindle, and other distribution streams of podcasts and videos.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned.
This is your Mac. It's a good Mac. It does those things you like, the music that you love, and most importantly, the work that you do. Sadly though, sometimes it does this. Or this. Or this. But before you do this, try TechTool Pro, your one-stop fix-it tool to locate the source of this so that this still remains your things that you love, music that you enjoy, and important work that you do machine. TechTool Pro, the most advanced Macintosh repair utility ever.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Hi, I'm Linda Blair, and if you want to be scared, stay tuned on North Bay Television, coming up.
And welcome back to the show. We've got a good one for you tonight. Joining us is Mr. Peter Albin. This man is like rock and roll history. If you know anything about rock and roll, this man's name is all over it, unlike me. But in any case, we are also going to be watching Satan's School for Girls. Have you seen this film?
No, I haven't, but I will.
It's a good film, I'm told.
Okay.
I think I'd rather hear your music than watch this film.
We do both.
That would be fun. We could do a new soundtrack, right? You could, yeah. I mean, you play everything,
love to do
right?
that.
You play bass. And
I
you
play bass and a little bit of guitar, and that's
violin?
about it. No violin, but I can.
Can you do the bass with the bow?
No.
Who did that? That was Jimmy Page, right?
I think he did that with the guitar.
With the guitar. See, if you did it with a bass, you would be like.
I do know some people who do electric guitar, electric bass with a bow, and it sounds fantastic.
So just so people know, you were like with one of the biggest bands in history.
Well, in San
Big
Francisco.
Brother and the Holding Company. No, they were like big all over the world. You still play.
Still play, that's true.
And you were just telling me you were in the Netherlands.
Yes, we were in Holland a couple of years ago. We did a DVD of one of our shows, and it's available online, I think.
Oh, well, we're going to tell people how to get that.
Okay, and we have several singers that we use and have used over the years, since Janis Joplin. We've had over 32. He knew
Janis Joplin before she was dead.
Yes.
Long before she was dead.
That's a good way to know her, I think, is before she's dead. Yes.
That's the best way to know anyone.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. The whole post-mortem musician thing.
Yeah.
It's not very good. It's like, it's not composing, it's decomposing.
It's a dead issue, I think.
It is a dead issue.
Yeah.
All right, well, speaking of dead issues, shall we watch Satan's School for Girls?
I think we should.
Let's start that film. And when we come back, we're going to talk some more with Mr. Peter Albin. So you guys stay with us, please.
Yes, collect call, please. Collect to Elizabeth Sayers, Los Angeles. KL 58937. Thank you. Martha Sayers. Oh, please hurry. Please. She has to be there. She told me she'd be there. She has to.
She ain't home.
She told me she'd be here.
You a sister?
Yes.
She just went to the store. Asked me to give you a key.
Please, no.
It's your sister, Miss Sayers. She's gone crazy in there. Screamed and locked the door. I tried all the doors and windows. They're all locked.
Excuse me, please. Martha? Martha, it's me, Elizabeth. Open the door, please. Can you break it in?
But you can't really argue with the coroner's report, Miss Sayers.
Lieutenant, my sister did not commit suicide. She had no reason to kill herself. She was happier than she's been in years.
But no one could have gotten into the house. The doors and the windows were all locked from the inside.
She did not commit suicide. Why would she catch a plane from Massachusetts, hire a car at the airport, and drive all the way to my house to kill herself?
Well, there's no rationale to suicide, Miss Sayers. I understand how upset you are,
No,
but if you
you
could
don't
just...
understand anything. If she was going to kill herself, there were worse times, like when our parents died or when we were separated by different schools, hundreds of miles apart, but not now.
But you did admit that she was a melancholy girl.
That she was lonely.
Well, you hardly saw her during the past few years.
Then ask her friends at school.
We did.
Did you try her ex-roommate, Lucy Dembrow?
Do you really think she would make that much difference?
Yes, she was her roommate for 2 years. She knows Martha.
Okay, Miss Sayers. We went to Miss Lucy Dembrow in Massachusetts, and to some of the other classmates at the academy, and the headmistress. No one could give us any further information.
I can't accept that.
There just isn't enough evidence for us to pursue it any further. I'm sorry. But the case is closed.
Not for me, it isn't.
Guests of the show stay at the Flamingo Conference Resort and Spa in Santa Rosa.
Vincent with Creature Features. This is Livingston, that is Tangella, and we shall be at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con, won't we?
Unfortunately.
And it's on April 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3 days of us. Imagine that. It's going to be wonderful. Get your tickets below.
So many people.
Experience your favorite horror, comedy, and science fiction films of the 70s, 80s, and 90s on the big screen with the Cult Film Series at Roxy 14. Double features Thursdays at 7 p.m. Visit us on Facebook for more information.
Hi, I'm Barry Boswick. You're watching North Bay TV. Buy my underwear.
Awesome.
Huh?
And welcome back to Creature Features. We're still with Mr. Peter Albin, and we are watching Satan's School for Girls. I like this film for 1973. What do you think?
Well, it could be habit forming.
It's a joke. It's like a school parochial thing.
Yeah, but
it's
not a
like
parochial school.
It's an art school.
No.
Right, right. So in this film, we have Cheryl Ladd and Kate Jackson, who both went on to become Charlie's Angels. Now, I find that a bit interesting. They went to Satan's School for Girls, and now they're Charlie's Angels.
Right. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
You know, this film was like quite popular in the 70s. It was like one of the best TV movie horror films.
I heard that.
We showed another TV movie horror film last week. It was called Crowhaven Farm. But this one, I think this one is going to be one of our most popular films. But enough about this film. Let's talk about you, because you're our guest, and the film is not.
No.
So you've been doing this since you were like 7 years old, right? Rock and roll? No?
Although I played ukulele first when I was
that's coming back in.
9 or 10 years. Yes, yeah. There's a lot of very popular performers now that are playing, backing themselves up with ukulele.
Right. But you started when you were, what, 15?
13.
13. That's about the common age, right?
Common age. There wasn't a lot of people in my neighborhood that were playing guitar at 13, however.
Right.
And I had to go to a pawn shop with a friend of my father who knew pawn shops quite well and got a really good deal on a really lousy guitar.
What'd you get?
A Stella guitar. I think it was made out of plywood.
That sounds like an off-brand.
It was kind of. It was a beginner's brand.
And what shape was the guitar?
Well, it was a normal cowboy-shaped kind of guitar.
Oh, it was like an acoustic?
Yes,
oh,
it was an acoustic guitar.
I thought it was going to be like a Stratocaster knockoff.
No, and I tried to help it out by really taking everything off, all the varnish.
Right.
And I refinished it, and I put a different kind of tailpiece.
Right.
It still sounded very bad.
Sure.
But I used it for a while. Then my brother, who was 4 years older than myself, really got in, who was a fiddle player, a violin player, excuse me.
See, it is in the family.
Yes, kind of. And my mother played piano, so I guess so. He started playing my guitar, playing it better than me.
Right.
And then he started playing banjo, and I got a better guitar. And
love
we
the
started
banjo.
playing folk music and Old English music. As a matter of fact, you would probably know some of the tunes.
So name one.
Let's see. The Old Habisher's Washerwoman.
That was the theme song for Luton.
Ah, okay.
We have a lot of old women washing clothes.
Okay. And
all right. Well, I'm getting the signal. We got to get back to this film.
Oh, I think so.
Satan's School for Girls. But I want to hear more about this whole banjo connection.
Okay.
To London, Luton, whatever. Stay with us. You stay with us. We shall be back in a moment, or 12.
I couldn't fly into the funeral. I mean, there was no warning, none. I told the police when they called it. Everything was fine. I mean, just great. Martha was busy and working. So was I. If you don't like the sherry, I can run up some vodka.
No, please don't worry about it. I don't drink much.
I just grabbed this little place right after graduation. I sure hope my guardian sings for the loot.
Lucy, did Martha keep a diary or anything like that?
Oh, you know it better than that. No memories for her. Life was now.
Well, something was going very wrong. It had to be.
Nothing I knew of. Sure you wouldn't like some vodka?
No, thank you. She wasn't upset or anxious or anything?
Oh, anxious maybe. About our graduation and you and her getting your own place and finally being together.
Nothing else?
Like what?
Something at the school, maybe. It has to be something there.
No.
It had to be something that happened at the academy. I would know if there was anything else.
No, I'm telling you no.
I'm going there.
Well, you won't find out anything. Nothing. Nothing.
I've got to try.
You won't tell anyone you saw me? Or that you talked to me? Promise me? Do you understand? And no one? I'm sorry. Martha's dead and everything. Please forgive me.
Yes, of course. Greta Lockhart. We're the welcoming committee from your class. Now, the Dragon Lady had us memorize a short welcoming speech. I'm afraid it'll make you throw up.
I'm Elizabeth Morgan.
We know. We've been expecting you. This is Debbie Jones.
Hi.
And that's Jody Keller.
Hi. Jody, why don't you get the bag?
Okay.
The Dragon Lady wanted us to show you around. To see that you were fed, housed, settled, made to feel like one of us within 15 minutes of your arrival. How are we doing? I feel at home already.
That's good. The Dragon Lady said... Does the lady have another name? Headmistress. She is a bad painter, a worse sculptress, and a lousy musician. She's a perfect headmistress for an Academy of Fine Arts.
Those who can do, those who can't teach. But this place has a marvelous reputation.
Hey, listen. A lot of the professors are super. Really super. Jody's got a crush on the head of the Fine Arts Department.
We all do. It's a school hobby.
Uh-huh. If you like that sort of thing. Pouligny, Montrachet, 69.
She does not speak French. She just reads labels very well.
To our new friend. Take a big swallow, because you're going to need it for the Dragon Lady.
Cheers.
We here at Salem Academy feel that girls of good breeding are more easily groomed into young ladies of culture and refinement. We do have our traditions here. But then I suppose, like most traditions, they're meant to be broken.
Not all of them.
Oh, good. I'm so pleased to hear you say that. I don't know, it seems to me that so many young people today, especially in the arts, tend to have little regard for traditional techniques, the classic forms.
Picasso was a realist painter before he was an impressionist.
It's a lovely reference, my dear. Now, this academy has its own tradition. Under different names, it has been here, in this very place, for over 300 years. Well, Elizabeth, I realize that you must be very tired after your long trip, but since you enrolled after the quarter began, I think it would be wise for you to start your classes today.
Thank you for accepting me.
Only because you qualify. Now, I want you to have one of these. Since we're some distance from the main power lines, we often have quite erratic and exasperating electrical failures. It's nothing to be frightened of. You just keep that in your room. Usually the blackouts last only a short time. Now, here's your curriculum, and this is your list of classes for today.
Professor Clamp at Graphic and Fine Arts, Professor Delacroix, Behavioral Psychology.
Yes, I think you'll find them very interesting. Both of them very interesting. Good luck, Elizabeth. I hope you'll find Salem Academy as rewarding as I did when I was a student here.
Thank you.
Mrs. Williams speaking. Yes. Yes. Yes, the new girl just arrived.
So, if illusion and reality are different, they're also very much the same. What we think we see is as real as what we actually see. Example, optical illusion. How many see the squares coming out from the canvas, projecting out? Hands. Right. How many see the opposite? The box is going into the canvas. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, on signal, I'll clap my hands, you'll blink your eyes, and then stare right into the drawing. And those of you who see the reverse of the image you just saw, raise your hands. All right, ready? Blink. Okay, now stare at that canvas. Hands?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Everybody but our new classmate, who was obviously concentrating.
Sorry, I guess I wasn't concentrating.
No, I think you were concentrating on something and therefore locked into your mind the very first image you saw. You have to let your mind hang loose.
But I did blink my eyes.
But that's your mind. The artist has to be free to see things in different ways, to dare to see things unlike anyone has ever seen them before. Now let's look at some of our own masterpieces. We have Roberta's landscape, which is still rather obvious, but I'm sure she'll see more as she develops. And Debbie's gloomy view. I hope she brightens things up a bit when she goes back to work, or when she finds a new boyfriend. All right, just remember, everything is illusion and reality, except for the grade you get at the end of the term. Until then, condemn nothing, embrace everything, and hang loose. Okay? See you tonight.
Hey, this is over. Come on.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
Welcome to the Flamingo Hotel in Northern California's beautiful Sonoma County wine country. The hotel was built in 1957 to mirror the image of the original Vegas Flamingo design. It's always been the area's favorite resort because of its amenities and its strong connection to the glamour of Hollywood and Las Vegas. The Flamingo Conference Resort and Spa offers 170 guest rooms. It includes 14 suites and executive king accommodations. From all of us at the Flamingo Hotel, we thank you and look forward to seeing you soon.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. You can't control where it will land, only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how to protect your community from wildfires.
You are watching North Bay TV, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. We kicked Peter out of his seat for a moment so we can take care of our mail from you, because we like reading your mail, and I hope you like sending it to us. And what do we got, Mr. Livingston? What's on your hand? Oh, I like that. It's quite glamorous. Except I would not wear that out in public. All right, let's see. Our first letter is from Doug. Doug does not indicate where he is. You know, when you write to us, friends, tell us where you're from. It's interesting to us. It serves no purpose. We're not going to send you an invoice or anything, but it'd be nice to know where you guys are from. So Doug says, Vincent, it's nice to finally have something good to watch. What are you watching? Is he talking about our show? Really? Oh, all right. Well, thank you, Doug. I spent many Saturday nights watching Creature Features years ago. Well, it wasn't our show, right? He's talking about a different one.
Perhaps.
The old one. I now have something to look forward to every week. Tell Tangella and Livingston to keep up the great work they're doing. They're doing an amazing job. Look, see? You made it happy. It's not easy to make this one happy. And next up, we've got one from Rick M. And he says, just wanted to say I really like the show. I was born in 1970, and I'm sorry to say I barely remember tidbits of the original show. Well, that would have made him 1 year old, right? When the original came out.
2,
1971.
perhaps.
Or 2. Are we ever going to hear Tangela speak? I would think not. She can speak. She's just a bit shy. But you might hear her sing soon. We'll see. You guys are an awesome team, but Tangela is definitely my favorite. Well, she's our favorite too, right? Well, she's not his favorite. You know how much trouble she causes him? It's immeasurable. You know, he asked me to fire you, and I told him you're not on the payroll. Could you please show Godzilla movies? We can't show Godzilla movies because those cost like $10 million per airing. And someday, right?
Soon.
If we ever get picked up like on a big network. But right now we're just like low budget, so we have to show you low budget films. Sorry, Rick. And we've got a letter from Anthony Ortega. And Anthony does not say where he's from, but he says, hello, Vincent Tangela Livingston. Your show is supreme. I love it. Well, that's probably the best compliment we've ever received, isn't it?
Supreme is quite interesting.
I mean, when you order pizza, if you order the supreme version, it's like the best and most expensive pizza, right? Are we supreme? Maybe we're one of the supremes. Your show reminds me of when I used to watch Creature Features with my grandfather. It brings back great memories. Your show is great, and so are your guests you have on. Love the movies you play. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you for the very kind note, Anthony. And go order yourself a supreme pizza. Trust me, they're good. And our last letter, right?
Indeed.
This one is from Ken M. And he is not saying well. Let's see. Okay, so he says, Vincent, I really enjoy your show and hope you're having some fun with it. Yes, lots. It's great when you react to your cast members and let them share some moments on the show too. Do I let you guys share moments on the show?
Rarely.
No, if you ask them, you know, he always says he doesn't want to be on. And she always shows up in the most opportune moments. So I can't really take credit for these two, but they can speak for themselves. We hope you can come to San Jose, California sometime. I would like to meet you and your cast. Well, you know what? We're there right now, right? Technically? Technically, we are there right now at Silicon Valley Comic-Con. So you need to go to the San Jose Convention Center, Ken, and come say hello. Maybe. Or just, like, wave as you walk by. On the way to, like, Shatner's booth, right? Shatner. I don't even know if Shatner's going to be there. Who knows? All right, the best. Don't let naysayers get you. P.S. I was wondering how you picked your cast and came up with your idea. A cast? Yeah, this is the second letter we've had where somebody asked for a cast. There's no cast. I live here, and so do they. That's the cast. Thanks for writing, Ken. That's it for letters. If you'd like to send us a letter, we can receive them through the email, interwebs, through this address. Or if you'd like to handwrite one with a quill, you can send it to this address. Either one works. We'd love to see your mail. Stay with us.
Excuse me a minute.
Debbie, I liked your painting.
You're the only one who does.
The girl in it, she's very pretty. Is she a student here?
Was. Martha Sayers. She's dead now.
Were you very close?
Not really. I just thought that she...
What?
Fitted into that room. You ready for round two?
Yeah, what's the next class?
Rats.
You'll see that the eating cycle of the rodents will become more intense. They'll work harder and fight harder to get food that sometimes will be where they expect it and sometimes it will not. We'll teach them that the food is always behind the red door. And when they have that well learned, we'll take the food away and put it behind the white door. And when they learn that, we'll switch again and again and again. To what end? Roberta.
To frustrate it, drive it crazy.
Why would I want to do that? Debbie.
I don't know.
Of course not. I might as well ask the rodents as ask you. Elizabeth, what's the purpose of this experiment?
To make them passive,
And why would we want to do that?
so that they're not able to fight back again.
Exactly. To show that a mind can be broken to any level by manipulation and locked on that level. To make it believe what we want. To act as we wish. Dismissed.
Now then, when you step on its tail, it squeaks. But then when you step on its head, it doesn't squeak. Can you tell me to point at that tail? Oh, on the other hand, don't forget to close the white door when you...
Still very hot. The doctor should be here soon. Debbie, you should have told the headmistress to notify her family.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Doesn't have any parents. She's only got a guardian. He's somewhere in Europe.
Hi.
Debbie, the doctor will be here soon.
Well, what for?
I don't need a doctor.
Have you had this before?
Had what?
Don't you remember coming out of the psych class and suddenly screaming?
Like you were in some terrible pain.
I don't feel any pain.
Hey, what time is it?
6:30. I want to go wash my face. I don't want to be late for Dr. Clampett's wine party. I'm going to get some more. But you can't just dismiss it. We saw it happen.
I'm not just dismissing it. I just hate to feed something like this on such flimsy evidence.
Look, we're not asking you to judge Professor Delacroix. Just talk to him about his class. About why he's so hard on Debbie. Then you draw your own conclusions.
And what if I draw none?
Then we'll have to drop it.
Unless what?
Unless something else happens.
Well, let's just wait and see if something else happens. If it ever does. Where's Jody? She promised to come.
She's still doing office duty for the Dragon.
You needn't watch the clock, my dear. I'll let you know when your time is up.
Yes, ma'am.
How is Debbie?
She's fine now.
Jody, have you been aware of any unusual conduct in your teachers or your classmates? I mean, other than Debbie's outburst.
No, ma'am.
If that's the doctor. If that's the doctor, tell him I still want him to come over.
Salem Academy. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. It's the Boston Police. Lucy Devereaux committed suicide.
two of us.
Vincent with Creature Features. This is Livingston, that is Tangella, and we shall be at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con, won't we?
Unfortunately.
And it's on April 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3 days of us. Imagine that. It's going to be wonderful. Get your tickets below.
So many people.
Experience your favorite horror, comedy, and science fiction films of the 70s, 80s, and 90s on the big screen with the Cult Film Series at Roxy 14. Double features Thursdays at 7 p.m. Visit us on Facebook for more information.
I'm Vincent, this is Tangella, and we just want to remind you we've got a wonderful website. It's at creaturefeatures.tv, and at that location we've got things like previous episodes, our merchandise, we've got photographs of the entire gang, including Tangella and her hideous friend. So be sure to come see our site. You'll love it.
You're watching North Bay TV. Stay tuned.
And welcome back to Creature Features. We are still watching Satan's School for Girls with Mr. Peter Albin. And you've been, like, in this famous band called Big Brother and the Holding Company. You played with Janis Joplin. I mean, you went to Woodstock.
No.
You didn't go?
No.
Not even as, like, an attendee?
No. I almost had a chance to go, but I remained here in the Bay Area. It was a little more sane here.
I don't blame you. We were the civilized. I was here, but it's like the more civilized side of this. Was a summer of love, and in New York it was the summer of what? Grime,
mud,
and crime,
and lots of rain, and no place to sleep.
Right.
Ooh.
So names in this film. The school is actually called Salem School for Women, yet the movie's called Satan's School for Girls.
I think it's Salem Academy for Women.
Academy, even worse. Right. But I want to ask you, how did you come up with the name Big Brother and the Holding Company?
Well, it's very simple. We just had a whole list of names, and we went down the list, and Holding Company was at the top of the list, and the middle was Big Brother, and we just paired them together. We thought it sounded good. We're not much into Orwellian sort of philosophy,
I was gonna ask.
but
Right.
and really the name doesn't mean too much. We just like the way that it sounded. Big Brother and the Holding Company.
It has a nice timbre.
Yes, it's
and no
symbolic,
glottal stops.
yeah. And there were some strange names on that list also that we didn't want to use. Like,
tell us 5.
I can only tell you one. Mogan David and the Grapes of Wrath.
Mogan?
Mogan David, yes.
Is that a real name?
I believe so.
It sounds like Logan, but like one letter up.
Well, Mogan David made Loganberry wine and other kinds of wines.
Oh.
It was
so it was an actual
kosher
thing.
wine.
Oh, it was a brand. You can't use that.
No.
You would have been sued.
So we couldn't do that. Although there is a bar in San Francisco where we started the band called the Holding Company, and it's in the Embarcadero Center.
Well, that's a common term. I mean,
I guess so.
Right? It's generic.
Yeah, it's a business name, and so.
My band was called Prince of Darkness, and we got a bit of flack about that.
I think I saw you for a minute.
A minute?
Minute or maybe
only a minute?
Maybe
that's all I could tolerate.
Maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes of our band.
You were pretty loud. I think you were at 12 or something.
We were famous. No, well, before the band disbanded, we were up to 13. Right. No,
lucky number.
We would get sued by individuals who claimed that we destroyed their hearing.
The drummer that I work with says that I destroyed his left ear.
When you were playing bass?
Yes, because I'm on his left side.
Oh.
And hearing in my right ear is damaged due to the fact that he's on my right.
Well, I want to ask you about that. I don't want to get technical, but back when you were playing, I know you play now, so that's back when you started.
Yes.
The equipment was different. You had to do everything had to be loud up on the stage, right?
Well, yes, we had very poor equipment, but we tried to turn it up as loud as we could.
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to. You want to feel it shaking. All right, well, speaking of shaking, I think this movie is about to get a little spooky, maybe, and we'll start shaking. We'll see.
Ooh.
You stay with us, Peter. You stay with us. Let's get back to Satan's School for Girls.
Debbie? Are you awake? Were you asleep?
No.
I couldn't sleep. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
I didn't know her, but that girl's suicide really shook me up.
Lucy?
Hmm.
Lucy was nice. She was really nice.
At the party, you said that makes 2 of us.
Martha Sayers. She committed suicide, too.
Isn't that the girl in your painting? What do you think made them do it?
I don't know. It's like there were rats in Delacroix's maze. Maybe we all are. I wish those lights would come on again.
I meant what I said about your painting. I really do like it. But that Martha girl seems scared to death in it.
I paint what I feel.
What is she so scared of?
I don't know.
Was it that room? Something in it, maybe? Where is that room, Debbie? It's so strange. It's so cold and dark. It looks like a dungeon.
It's like it was a memory. It's like it was a room I saw a long, long time ago.
Do you know where?
Here. I'm almost sure, I am sure it was right here in this building.
Well, I better let you get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.
Night.
Night.
This is your Mac. It's a good Mac. It does those things you like, the music that you love, and most importantly, the work that you do. Sadly though, sometimes it does this, or this, or this. But before you do this, try Tech Tool Pro, your one-stop fix-it tool to locate the source of this so that this still remains your things that you love, music that you enjoy, and important work that you do machine. Tech Tool Pro, the most advanced Macintosh repair utility ever.
The Russian sleep experiment took the lives of 5 test subjects, enemies of the state. It was a week-long human conditioning experiment that went horribly wrong. You can find out what happened to these human guinea pigs, as well as many other conspiracies, urban legends, and tales of terror at www.scarystorytime.com. Available on iTunes, YouTube, Alexa, Kindle, and other distribution streams of podcasts and videos.
Some moms travel miles for a present, but Cash's mom traveled the country for her child's life.
To St. Jude.
Yep. Cash was diagnosed in California with a rare cancer. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital tailored a special treatment just for him. Our research helps save kids everywhere.
Want to do lunch?
Well, someone is feeling a lot better.
Go to stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
Hey, we're Quiet Riot here at the House of Rock in Santa Rosa, and you're watching North Bay TV, so stay tuned.
Guests of the show stay at the Flamingo Conference Resort and Spa in Santa Rosa.
Welcome back to the show. We are watching Satan's School for Girls with Mr. Peter Albin from Big Brother and the Holding Company, a famous band. A bit more famous than mine, I should say. So the movie's getting a bit scary. We've got thunder, lightning, all kinds of things going on. Tell me about the scariest film you've seen.
Well, I guess the first scary film I saw, my parents took me and my brother to the theater at night to see a movie called The Thing.
Oh, this would be the original? Or the 1970? It must have been the original.
52, 53, I don't know, remember the year. But
how old were you?
I was 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, what an
and my brother had mentioned that the closet that we had a trap door to the attic. And that there was probably, there was probably a monster lurking. So I slept with a baseball bat under my
I don't
bed.
blame you.
Oh, I was frightened. That was a scary movie.
Oh, well, anything when you're 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, I think so. Even Mary Tyler Moore was a little scary.
Mary Tyler Moore frightened me. But who was the Ted? Ted frightened me.
Yes, Ted Baxter.
Ted, you do that face quite well. He made that same face. And then the other one, who's the boss? Who was
Ed Asner was
Ed
the
Asner.
actor, and I can't remember his actual character name, but
he was something.
He was hey, get in here.
No, we did not have that show in the UK when it was on, but I
might have
ordered
had
the entire DVD collection.
Oh, there you go.
So I watch it late at night.
Yeah.
I don't like Netflix. They never have anything I like.
Ah,
so I watch all. You know what I like is Columbo. I love that show. It's like a wonderful, I don't know why they don't keep doing it. I mean, I guess Peter Falk's dead.
I think that's probably one of the main reasons.
But they could make a new one.
They could make a new one. They have made new ones. The thing that we were just talking about, there was a remake of that.
Wasn't there 3? How many things do they make?
I think
there's a total of 3.
There was maybe 3 at the most, yeah.
3 things. All right, well, what kind of things do you think we're going to see in this next segment of the film?
I think more thunder and lightning.
I like thunder and lightning.
And maybe some fog.
And fog.
Low flying, low...
we don't want to go into that film.
Ah.
All right, let's get back to Satan's School for Girls here on Creature Features. Stay with us.
Debbie, it's Elizabeth. Debbie! It's Elizabeth, please. What's the matter? The room in your painting, I found it. No. No! No, I invented that room. It's identical. I have never seen a room like that, never. What are you so afraid of? I'm not afraid. Tell me, please. Nothing. I didn't have anything to do with it. With what? Nothing. Now get out of my room. What's going on? I told her that I'd found the room in her painting. It's in the cellar of this building. So? Well, she's terrified of something in the painting.
Or something she thinks is in that painting. Look, Elizabeth, she's a very emotional girl. You saw that. And there's some creepy legend about a bunch of people who were killed in a cellar around here a long time ago.
How is it supposed to have happened?
Well, they say during the Salem witch trials there were 8 young women who were accused of witchcraft and hung in one of the cellars.
Yeah, but look, all these old houses have cellars. It could have been any one of them. I'm going to bed.
It's a good idea for all of us.
Roberta, there was someone in that room tonight. I saw him.
For God's sake, don't tell Debbie.
Some rodents break under the pressure, sooner or others later, but without exception, all are driven to various forms of disorientation, a kind of random, wild action that humans might call psychotic behavior. Now, the subjects are in abject terror. Let's examine what they're afraid of. Roberta.
Well, it looks like they're more mad than scared to me.
It's their terror that motivates their anger. The same is true of human beings. We're all apt to react more strongly to terror than any other emotion. To react violently, even to kill out of terror. But don't let this experiment fool you. Humans don't show their terror as do rodents, running and screeching. Sometimes terror can break down all the fibers of resistance so that a complete passivity takes over. And human reaction, though passive, is most dangerous in this state of terror. Elizabeth, what have you gotten out of this experiment so far?
Well, I'm not really sure. Do you want us to recognize the terror element or the motivation to violence?
Jody.
Beats me. I'm more lost than the rodents are.
I wonder if Debbie is taking this experiment as lightly as you do. We'll continue tomorrow.
Boy, is he weird. Yeah, and he's weirder every day, too. Somebody really ought to talk to the Dragon Lady about him.
See you later.
Yeah.
I wonder what he meant about Debbie.
Beats me.
Roberta?
Huh?
I think it was Professor Delacroix that I saw in the cellar last night.
What makes you think it was him?
That basement, the wine cellar, that room. It's all like his rat maze.
Maybe we better look at it again. We could go down there tonight after everybody's gone to sleep.
What if I'm wrong?
That's not what scares me. What if you're right? Roberta? Yeah. You ready? Down here before? Once. We looked for props to use in a play. It's back here. I never saw a door like that before. That's how they made them, hundreds of years ago.
the meaning of this? After hours, you know the rules.
Debbie's dead.
What?
We found her body in the cellar.
But how?
We don't know. It looks like she committed suicide.
Oh. Oh, dear God. I'll have to call the sheriff. Hello, this is Mrs. Williams, the headmistress at Salem Academy. We need you right away. Please hurry. Yes. Thank you. They'll locate the sheriff as quickly as possible.
What do we do about Debbie?
I'll ask Dr. Clamper to lock the cellar door and wait for the sheriff. And I want you to promise me to say nothing to the rest of the girls until after the sheriff arrives. I don't want to panic in the middle of the night.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the Flamingo Hotel in Northern California's beautiful Sonoma County wine country. The hotel was built in 1957 to mirror the image of the original Vegas Flamingo design. It's always been the area's favorite resort because of its amenities and its strong connection to the glamour of Hollywood and Las Vegas. The Flamingo Conference Resort and Spa offers 170 guest rooms. It includes 14 suites and executive king accommodations. From all of us at the Flamingo Hotel, we thank you and look forward to seeing you soon.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
It's morphin' time! Steer into one, pink!
Hi, I'm Catherine Sutherland from Power Rangers, and you're watching North Bay TV. Stay tuned.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
And Lucy Dambrell and that Sayers girl? Oh, come on, Roberta. You can't believe they all committed suicide.
Well, it would be one hell of a coincidence.
It sure would. 3 girls from the same school? No, they were murdered. Or at least driven to do what they did.
You mean like the rats in the maze?
I'd bet my life on it. What do you know about Delacroix?
Not much. But his personnel file reports are in those cabinets. The Dragon Lady keeps them on everybody.
Let's take a look. Come on.
Fella. Wait a minute. It's gone.
All right. Now let's look for Lucy Dembrowse and Martha Sayers.
What for?
Just a hunch. No file on Martha Sayers.
Yeah, Lucy Dembrowse is gone, too. Maybe she took them out after they died.
Let's look for Debbie Jones.
It's gone.
But the headmistress didn't know she was dead until just now.
She wouldn't take him out of here just to hide him someplace else. That doesn't make any sense. She probably doesn't even know they're gone.
Let's check out Delacroix's lab.
Shouldn't we wait for the sheriff?
It might be too late.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing, I'm checking out of here first thing in the morning. What's the matter?
I've just thought of another one of your great coincidences. Something all three girls had in common.
What?
They all of them had no one to help them. All their parents are dead.
Elizabeth, so are mine, but you don't see me killing myself over it. Come on. You were right. Berta, look. You're all dead.
They were slaughtered. They were slaughtered. I know why you came here, and I know who sent you. But it won't stop me. It won't silence me. It killed them the way it wants to kill me.
Who killed them?
It wasn't a person. You know it wasn't a person. Not me. I won't give in, not ever!
What's going on?
Thank God it's you.
Delacroix was in his lab. He's killed all his animals.
He's gone crazy. He thinks somebody's after him.
Where is he now?
He ran toward the woods.
I'll try to stop him.
No, he's got a gun. Wait for the police. They're on their way.
Mrs. Williams told me. I took care of Debbie. Now, look, if they see him with a gun, they might shoot him. Maybe you'll listen to me. You two wait here and don't scare the other girls. Wait right here.
Julie! Julie, help me! Julie! Help me! Help me! Please, I'll never go down there again. Please, please let me out. I won't tell. Please let me go. Let me out. I won't tell. I won't go.
Vincent with Creature Features. This is Livingston, that is Tangella, and we shall be at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con, won't we?
Unfortunately.
And it's on April 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3 days of us. Imagine that. It's going to be wonderful. Get your tickets below.
So many people.
Experience your favorite horror, comedy, and science fiction films of the 70s, 80s, and 90s on the big screen with the Cult Film Series at Roxy 14. Double features Thursdays at 7 p.m. Visit us on Facebook for more information.
Ahoy there, me hearties. I'm Crazy Boots Martin.
And James the Red.
At the NorCal Pirates Festival, and you're watching North Bay TV. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Creature Features. We are still watching Satan's School for Girls with Mr. Peter Albin, the lead boss, the main man, the showrunner for Big Brother and the Holding Company, a very famous band. When did you guys start?
1965.
1965.
Yeah.
You came out the same time that the Ford Mustang did, I think.
Yeah, that's right. 65.
Right.
Yeah.
That should be your logo machine, your logo car. And people would have to think to figure that out. You know, normally I don't know much about cars, but I actually had one of those.
You did?
It was a 67.
Gosh. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I crushed it. I'm not a good driver. You know, I have to have Livingston drive me.
Oh, okay. You're not a very good driver, huh?
No, I'm actually an excellent driver, but I just can't pay attention. You know, somebody says something to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that was wonderful, la la la, boom, I'm off the road.
You have to get one of those cars with the, you know, that don't need a driver.
You know,
just drive by themselves.
We're going to talk about this during the break. I actually have something, something new. I might be able to get rid of Livingston finally.
Oh no!
I'd never get rid of Livingston, ever. No, he's too valuable to me.
Yeah.
All right, so you were telling me at the break, your band has a special DVD now.
Yes, we did some live shows in Holland a couple of years ago, and one of them had a 5-camera shoot, and it was great. It really turned out quite well. So we have, in the process, a DVD coming out with our two female singers, for this particular show. A gal named Eileen Humphreys from Tampa, Florida, and Kate Thompson from Boston, who plays electric violin and keyboards.
Oh, wow.
And they both sing together a lot of songs. They also do solo things.
Right.
And it's a very good DVD. It's available. It will be available, I think, through our website, which is www.bbhc.com.
So that's www.bbhc.com.
That's correct.
That's it.
That's it.
That's so easy.
Yes.
Easy, easy, easy.
Easy speasy.
Well, people should be like buying 5 copies each of this.
Ah.
Right? Use it for Christmas. Christmas is only like 250 days away, right?
Something like that.
Right.
Yes. That's but you know.
Start thinking about Christmas. This is a great gift. You know.
So
what kind of music is it?
It is a combination of old Big Brother songs from the late '60s,
right,
and some things that we've done in the past 10 or 15 years, a little more contemporary songs.
Right.
And I think that everybody will enjoy all of the songs on there. There's some for the older people, there's some for younger people too.
Well, you know, that's an interesting point. I mean, you know, I played music for just a short number of years.
I
but,
know.
You know, I'm wondering if you're playing a song for 50 years. I mean, you must be like beyond sick of this song, right?
Well,
I mean,
it's easier to play now.
Is it? You don't even have to think.
I don't have to think.
It's like
just
brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting point.
It's fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of old things,
Oh.
let's get back to this film.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? It's got young women who are old now, which is all right. All right, back to Satan's School for Girls. Stay with us.
I'm worried about Dr. Clanton.
Don't worry about him. He can take care of himself.
He's something else. I've never met anybody like him.
You never will. For all of us in school, and especially those of us without parents, he's fulfilled a very special need.
We can't just stay here and do nothing.
We're doing exactly what he told us to do. I always do that.
Sounds to me like you're in love.
Maybe. Very special kind of love. See, when I first came to the academy, I was really lost. He gave me confidence in myself. He gave me a belief in my own
ability.
I was thinking of the word power.
Power? To do what?
Not that kind of power. Power to live. Power to never feel vulnerable again. Never feel like your life is right on the edge of being wiped out, and if it were, nobody would care. Nobody would give a damn.
He gave you all that?
And more. He can't help you if you fight him. He can't help you if you resist him.
Who wants to fight him? Right now, I could use all the help I can get.
Well, I guess it was easier for you. You had parents and a family.
No, all I had was a sister. She's gone now. My real name is Sayers. Martha Sayers was my sister. You see, I never really believed that she committed suicide. That's why I came here.
When she was here, Dr. Clampett tried to help her. She wouldn't listen to him.
You know, I think we're getting very close to finding out what really happened to her. And Lucy. And Debbie.
I hope so, Elizabeth.
I really do.
I couldn't find him. He got away.
The police?
I don't know what's keeping them, but he could come back here looking for you two.
Maybe he always knew that Elizabeth was Martha Sayers' sister. I'm sorry. I should have told you before. I just didn't know who to trust.
I understand. I don't want you here or in your rooms. It's the first place he'd look. Up to my classroom. Lock the doors, draw the blinds, and don't let anyone in.
Oh, no. I'll get the lamp.
It would be best to clear the girls out of here for the night.
Why? What are you going to do?
Just clear the school.
No. No, I won't let you do any more. I don't know why I've let you do what you've done. But it's over now. It's all over. Oh, please. Please. Don't make me do any more. Please.
Jessica.
Yes, Dr. Clamford.
You'll do as you're told.
Yes, Dr. Clamford.
You'll tell them and the rest of the staff it's because of the power failure.
Yes.
You'll tell them that the power company has notified us that it can't be restored and it would be dangerous. I want everybody out.
Yes. Whatever you say.
It won't be long now. It's almost over.
The bus is full, ladies. Try the minibus. Go to your room.
Keep moving.
Professor? Why can't we take our own cars?
Dragon Lady's orders. Doesn't want any of you pure in heart going out and making clandestine rendezvous. And don't you dare tell that battle axe I called her a Dragon Lady.
No, it's our secret forever.
Yes, forever.
Oh, by the way, Professor Jenkins said to tell you according to the register there's still 8 girls here.
Tell him I'll transport them along with the headmistress. All right?
All right, Rudy.
What's that? Sounds like some cars.
The police.
Hey, they'll come in. Dr. Clamford said to stay here.
I'm not waiting.
Elizabeth, wait! Elizabeth!
Wait!
Elizabeth! Where have you been?
Delacroix, he's dead.
What?
In my car. I found him in my car. Where are the police? What's happened to them?
Come on, we'll call him again. Mrs. Williams? Mrs. Williams, Professor Delacroix's dead. He's been murdered.
The headmistress isn't here right now. She told me to wait for her. She's going to punish me. I know she is. But she's wrong. It's a lie. Somebody told her a lie about me. I wasn't in that room. I would never go down there.
What's wrong with her? I don't know.
Did you tell her? I'll bet you were the ones who told her I went down to that room.
Forget her. Get the police.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't use that phone. Miss Abigail doesn't let anybody use that phone.
Operator? Operator, I can't get anybody.
Phones must be out, too.
Everybody's gone. I saw them leave.
What are you talking about?
All the buses, they were headed toward town. Roberta, I think we're the only ones here.
You better get out of this office. Miss Abigail will give you demerits if she catches you here.
Where's your car?
The keys are gone. Somebody took them. Look, we could walk to the highway and hitch a ride into town.
No, that's a long way in the dark.
It's better than staying here with her.
Yeah, and whoever killed Professor Delacroix. I wish we had a gun or something.
Did she keep one?
Let's find out.
What are you doing? Miss Abigail will throw you out of school. She'll be back any minute.
Wait a minute, there's one in the basement. When I was down there looking for props, there was one in a steel cabinet in the basement.
Are you sure?
Yeah, one of the maintenance men kept it there, I think. A gun and a couple of rifles.
No, you can't go down there. No, you can't go down there. That's why I'm in trouble. Miss Abigail doesn't let anybody go down there.
Okay, what do you say? Is it the highway, or do we try for the gun?
Let's get the gun.
No, please don't go down there. She'll think I sent you. Please don't go down there. Please.
Listen, you just stay here. And we'll tell her that you didn't have anything to do with it, okay?
Okay. You tell her I was never in that room.
Don't tell her any damn thing you please. You just stay put.
Okay. But he'll find out. Miss Abigail will tell him. She always tells him everything.
As men tied to the earth, we dream of visiting the stars. As men tied to the stars, we will dream of returning home.
This is your Mac. It's a good Mac. It does those things you like, the music that you love, and most importantly, the work that you do. Sadly though, sometimes it does this, or this, or this. But before you do this, try Tech-Tool Pro, your one-stop fix-it tool to locate the source of this, so that this still remains your things that you love, music that you enjoy, and important work that you do machine. Tech-Tool Pro, the most advanced Macintosh repair utility ever.
The Russian sleep experiment took the lives of 5 test subjects, enemies of the state. It was a week-long human conditioning experiment that went horribly wrong. You can find out what happened to these human guinea pigs, as well as many other conspiracies, urban legends, and tales of terror at www.scarystorytime.com. Available on iTunes, YouTube, Alexa, Kindle, and other distribution streams of podcasts and videos.
this is Janine and Tiffany. We're in Oakland at the Kraken Con. You're watching North Bay TV. Stay tuned.
On the wall. There's a key taped to the top of it. Oh, I got it. The rifles are gone. The revolver? I don't know. I'll look. It's empty. Hold it. You know how to use that thing? Yeah, I was brought up on a farm. My father had these around all the time. Come on, let's get out of here. Wait, it could be one of the girls. We've got to see. Okay. Walk to one side in case I have to use this thing. Light.
We've waited for you, Elizabeth. Look around you. 8 of my girls died here. 8, all unwanted, like you, like all of them. I have waited too long. Now I have found 8 to take their place. And like them, abandoned once again.
It's no coincidence that we don't have families, Elizabeth. He wanted it that way. It has to be that way. Jody, Roberta, who do you think he is? We know. Malleus Maleficarum, the hammer of witches. Some call him Satan.
I welcome what man rejects. I beckon what man despises. I forgive what man will not.
Well, you don't believe that. That he's Satan. None of you can really believe that.
They believe what they must. Tonight they will sacrifice their mortal souls. Willingly. Here where it started. And they will return with me.
You're crazy. Listen to me. I don't know what kind of a hold he has on you, but he's killed Delacroix and Debbie.
We know, Elizabeth.
Come with me willingly. Your sister would not, nor Lucy Dembrow.
Don't listen to him. Look, there are 8 of us against his 1. You've got to get out of here before it's too late. For God's sake!
For his sake or mine? They've already made that choice. Come.
No!
We shall meet when I have the 8th.
There's a fire in
I'm
the basement.
plant monitor. I forgot to water these plants today. You won't tell Miss Abigail, will you?
I won't tell Miss Abigail anything. Now, come on. We have to get out of here. Give me that.
What are you doing?
Come on, get out. Come on! Oh, yeah, I want to see! Come on!
People told us about the power danger. Looks like we're a little late. Everybody out?
No, not everyone.
Where's the headmistress? She'll have to notify their families.
They didn't have any.
Where's Dr. Cup?
Where he belongs.
It's quite lovely. And it's like a bracelet. This is wonderful. You know, it makes no sound. Yeah. Welcome back to the show, and so ends Satan's School for Girls. Well, you know, I mean, the big reveal was already in the title of the name.
Yes.
The movie. I don't know. No surprises here. And the man went up with his smoke. Oh well. We'll show this movie again, but I don't think we're going to show it this week. I think we'll show it maybe in like 5 months.
But it's a very popular movie.
It is. No, it was.
It was.
Back in the 70s, at least. All right, so, Peter, you know, all this music, you know, one thing we did not cover was, you know, all these famous people you played with. You played with Jerry Garcia of Grateful Dead.
That's right, yeah.
And you said Grace Slick.
Yes, and we were on the same bill with tons of artists that came from out of town to play San Francisco.
Well, you know, one of my inspirations when I played was Jimi Hendrix. Did you ever play with Jimi Hendrix?
Well, no, but I took him to a Safeway store to buy a six-pack of beer one time.
Well, that's even better than playing with him, right? I mean...
Well, I know a lot of people who played with him. I didn't. I just had a beer or two with him.
Yeah, okay, so Janis Joplin dies. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix dies. Do you think you might be
Jim Morrison dies.
And you played with him?
No.
All right. Well, he doesn't count. But I was just thinking, wondering if you might be jinxed.
I don't think so.
You think so? She thinks so. She knows these things.
Oh, I bet you she does.
No. Well, I think people have been blessed to play with you.
Oh,
and you've probably been blessed to play with them as well. I mean, you got Jimi Hendrix beer.
Yeah.
At Safeway.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Safeway. You know, when I lived in Los Angeles, they were called Vons.
Oh, Vons, yes. Yeah.
Right, right. But it was all the same thing. When I came up here, I mean, this is like a Vons store, but it's actually a Safeway. I don't know. All right, so, well, I want to thank you so much for coming on to the show. And
my pleasure.
Giving us a piece of rock and roll history and watching Satan's School for Girls with us. It's one of Tangella's favorite films, you know.
I bet you.
You know, it was a treat for her. It was a treat for us. It was a treat for me to have you here.
Well, thank you very much. It's a treat to be here.
And maybe we can have you again when you do your next DVD.
Okay.
Or maybe it'll be a Blu-ray this time.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah.
A Blu-ray from Sweden instead of a DVD from the Netherlands.
Could be.
You never know.
Yes.
Thanks again. As for you guys, you're going to have to come back next week because we'll be here. And if you turn on your TV, you'll be here as well. And Tangella will be here and Livingston will be here and we'll have another guest in another movie. And I don't know which will be better, but one will be fun. See you next time. So, Peter, I'm thinking, you know, I've got a lot of free time now. And, you know, I used to play guitar and I'm thinking, you know, perhaps on your next tour, you might need a guitarist and I could fill in.
Maybe I'll just take you to Safeway for some beer.